Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We are doing the perfect attributes for your build breakdown, and it's going to get very interesting because we're jumping into shooting today. Should be some interesting stuff. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to shooting. This should be a shorter video than the finishing one if you just watched that. If you haven't, go check it out. But let's get right into it. We want to just show you guys and teach you guys the best value for your buck. There's plenty of different things you can do. There's a lot of ways to play, so there's no wrong answer when it comes to what I'm about to showcase. Whether you're a point guard running point and your off the dribble shots are consistent, or if you're a spot up looking to shoot some shots, maybe you're a post mid-range player, and there's plenty of ways to play when it comes to shooting. It is an important part of the game, right? It's how we score for the most part, and we're going to break it down in depth. So I want to start off with free throws because it's the easiest and it's the quickest. So first and foremost, a 65, to me, skilled players can hit this. I have been able to hit with a 65 on my build. I play a lot of rec. It's very easy to do so. I would say probably a 71 specifically. And the reason for that, as you can see right above, free points. It just gives you an extra boost for clutch moments. This is not necessary, but a 71 is very cheap. And to be honest with you, there's no reason you shouldn't have some type of free throws on your build, unless you're making some like one-on-one build where it doesn't need passing or free throws. That's something I love to do every year now that they have one-on-one courts often, but that's not a good thing if you're trying to run on every mode. For example, Pro-Am or the rec, and maybe even events when they have them. So that being said, I would say 71 is good. Anything after this, there's one good reason. This is a secret. I should have saved this for the very end. There's a good reason why to have 99 free throws. And I know you're probably going to say it's not worth it. That's silly. Well, there's this thing called offensive consistency. Okay. There's a secret mechanic in the game where your offensive consistency will determine if you're going to be making shots 100% of the time. So you know how you feel like you timed it perfectly and missed the shot anyways? Guess what? Offensive consistently. And we'll get into that because I have a video. You can check that out, and we'll go down that rabbit hole soon enough. But for now, keep watching this video, all right? You can watch that one after. So 99 would be good to help you get offensive consistency at a 99. It's basically your potential of hitting shots. You want the highest level, okay? But 71 is the minimum. Above that, if you want that offensive consistency, this is necessary for guards. If you're spotting up a lot, you're going to be fine, and we'll get into that as we go forward. Now, I'm going to re-wipe this just to make sure we're not confused. So that's what I got to say about that. Now, let's get into the second easy conversation is three-pointers. All right. If you're one of these top players in the world, a 65 is doable, but you have to be very good. You have to be extremely good or cheating. Some content creators and big guys have been caught cheating, and they are cheating out there. They're hitting with crazy numbers, crazy rates. This isn't something you want to do at all. If you're an average player or a decent player, above average player, you have to have, in my opinion, a 74 at minimum. And the reason for this, you can see right below, I have catch and shoot, and we're going to put these at better value so you can see them directly. As you can see right here, I have gold catch and shoot, which is critical, and then claymore also on silver. I'm sorry, silver catch and shoot and silver claymore. And the reason why this is good is because you're just standing still and you're just spotting up. That's good for spot ups. Now, if you're really a great player, a 74 is more than enough. If you're really that great. Now, let's be honest, that's about 2% of the world can hit consistently with this. But if you're going to be somebody that's good enough, a 77 gives you even more silver badges. As you can see, corner specialist, the comeback kid, open looks, and guard up on silver on top of catch and shoot and claymore. All right, that's what I would go with. It's really good. And you even get green machine at a 77. Now, 82, you're going to get claymore on gold. That's another great value. Is it necessary? Yes. A claymore boosts your green window big time. I love it. And at a gold for an 82, that's a steal. Okay, this is for guard builds. Personally, on my guard, I love a higher 3 where I go to an 87, and that gives me gold, catch and shoot, guard up, space creator, claymore, comeback kid, and corner specialist on top of everything else almost being silver on the build, even agent 3. So that's great. But guess what? That is not the number one value. If you really want to go in and make the best value for you, you have to turn this up to a 94. This is where the elite shooting, you're going to be off the dribble. You need agent 3 on gold. This is a mandatory thing for those kind of builds. And this is for the point guards mainly. Okay. Usually if you know your role, you're not a point guard, you don't need this. This is very high. We're going to go back down in a minute, but I just wanted to showcase what I think is the best value for guards. Anything higher than this, you're going to cost yourself a lot of attribute points that are unnecessary, and it's way too much. Okay. So for example, the next good spot, in my opinion, would be a 98. Is it worth having it that high? I don't know. You know, that's a question for you. And then we go to 99. You got Hall of Fame, limitless range. You've seen what the good players are able to do from limitless range. And that's where you got to understand the reason why I'm bringing that up and the reason I'm showcasing the badges is because that's important. Not the reason you're good at this game, but it's a part of the system of how good can you be. So personally, we're going to go back to attributes and not focus on the badges. Dropping this down to 94 for guards who are going to be ball focused. Cool. And if you're not ball focused and you're just spotting up, why waste all your badges in here when you can have this beautiful catch and shoot at a very low number? Okay. And hold on a second. Let me drop this down. Catch and shoot on gold at a 85, that's very high. You don't need it that high. Okay. Personally, I like having silver, and I do have a 6'8 center who basically has this at a 78, and it's more than enough. Okay. So just this is the main 3-point attribute. Now, if you're really good, like I said, you could have this lower rating or your point guard, but I don't think it's a good idea. Okay. Now, dropping that down, going into mid-ranges. Mid-ranges are tricky because, as you can see, I have post control in there just in case if you want to be a post player. We're going to talk about that last. But in here, mid-ranges are critically powerful this year. Now, the 2K world is focused on 3-pointers and slashing to the basket. It's either rim run or 3-pointer. You're 3-hunting or rim running. One of the two. None of them are bad options, guys. You can play how you want to play. But we're talking about trying to get the best bang for your buck. That's the main focus. So the question, again, those same type of badges and the same play style. What play style are you trying to have is the question. Okay, because there's a lot of badges in here, and it's up to you to unlock the right ones that are going to be, you know, perfect for your play style. So guess what? Catch and shoot. I can get that very low. Look how low I can get this. At a 70, I can get catch and shoot on gold. Now, do I want that there? No, because I can't get mini magician, which is the main one that you want to try to focus on if you're talking about mid ranges. Okay, so no, boom, more catch and shoot, more silver badges. Great. Guess what? This is the spot right here. Catch and shoot for gold and mini magician. All right, those are top tier in my opinion. If you're looking at the actual badge setup, you're going to get the best value for your buck. On top of it, the shots are going to be easy to make. I have a 85 on my 6'3", and I'm pretty much unstoppable since I can hit the 3. People guard me tight, and then I get to the mid range, pop a shot because they're worried about me slashing, and it makes life easier. The reason I had 85 is because I like whistle. Right? Sorry to break it to you. Whistle's fun. It's a broken badge right now. It's not broken, it's strong. And I love it. I think it's a part of the game. It needs to be in the game. We'll talk about that another time. But yeah, so those are the type of things that I think are critical that I want to kind of just point out to you from there. If you want to go crazy and go crazy, like really go crazy, all right, Mini Magician at a 92, even more powerful. And that means you're going to be doing fades. That means you're going to be going wild. Personally, I only do fades when it's the last option for the mid-range. It's like, for example, I'm trying to get a 3, I can't catch it. There's somebody in the paint waiting for me, and I'll just do a nice little fade and we're good to go. And I have it on gold. If I had it on Hall of Fame like this right here, oh man, it'll be unstoppable. That's a 92. Anything higher than this is unnecessary, guys. It's exaggerated. It's good if you just want to be an overpowered mid-range shooter. Cool, go for it. Okay. Now we're going to stop this. We're going to lower this just a little bit. And I want to go bring this all the way up to an 85 for post control. Why are we talking about post control right now? Guess what? Post control is important for these type of badges. As you can see right down here, I got it on gold, but we're going to drop this attributes a little bit so you can see on silver. Let's just make believe you listened to me earlier. You said you want to be a spot up, right? But you want to post some people up a little bit, which is kind of, you got to make a decision. All right. A 79 for post control. Mid-range, and then post control at an 85 gives you gold post fade phenom. The reason I got it on 85, by the way, is so that we can get Hall of Fame post fade phenom. This is the Kobe's, the Jordans, the post up mid-range shooters. 87 for mid-range, and then you're gonna get post phenom. That's a steal right there. Okay, just check that out right there. But guess what? Again, like I told you guys earlier, if I really wanted to have a very high rate, I would go up to my 90s. Now I have Mini Magician on Hall of Fame. I have post fade phenom. I'm looking real good over here. I got pretty much everything I need on gold. Top tier stuff. I can go even crazier. Again, if that's the way you want to play and create some unstoppable Kobe Jordan post player, Carmelo Anthony style, like those guys are it right there. This is the wave. All right, that's what you got to figure out on your own on what's your play style. I'm not here to deter you to do this specific play style, but that is one of the most important things to kind of understand. And again, now when you're doing this, you have to take into account, if you're doing a post control, that you want strength pretty high. Okay, because strength will help you get other badges to make you even better overall. Okay, and when you're posting people up, the strength will basically allow you to dominate. And we're going to go down here and just show you what I mean. So if I created a build and I put some of this on, this is going to be helping me with the back down punisher, for example. Okay, now I wanted to have it at a higher rate than this if I could. The higher you get this, the better, because what that's going to do is allow you to push people around in the mid-range area right before you take a shot. So you can back them down and then do a spin, fadeaway jumper. You've seen me do that in my previous years. We do have a build about that, and you can check that out as well. But that is the breakdown when it comes to this specific playstyle. Understand there's multiple playstyles I just explained. The spot ups for the threes or the mid ranges. Mostly you should be spotting up for the 3. If you're gonna be a spot up, be one in the mid ranges. I mean in the 3-pointers mostly. All right, and then that's within the 70s, 77, 78 is gonna be a good number for 3-pointers, so you can spot up. And then if you're going to be somewhat of a little bit of do it all, you can go with a 87. That way you could have some gold badges as well. But personally, a 94 if you're going to be the ball heavy point guard running things, so you can have gold agent 3s, blinders, dead eye, and so much more in here. That is the number one setup when it comes to shooting from there. And that's the general breakdown. Now, I did say that I have the offensive consistency and how to get that, a video trying to break that down and give you guys an understanding. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole, deep down that rabbit hole, but check out some videos here so you can see things for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this. See you on the court.